You know, folks, the time is 20 to 6 in the morning. Okay, Saturday morning, day off. Looking forward to it all week. So there's a chat with Connor yesterday. It's his birthday night, so he's going out on the beer tonight. So we were going to go other places, and we decided, because of how early high water was this morning, I mean getting up like basically leaving about 12 o'clock last night, we would go and fish in low water on the Bristol Channel. So I've got up 4:45, got all my bits and pieces sort together, chucked it in the car, headed over to pick him up. Been outside his house now 22 minutes. I'm going to give him another 8 minutes and then I'm off. But he said to me the other day, he said to Adam, he said, one thing with Webby, he's always early. The plus side to being always early is you're never late. And yeah, it's a nightmare. It does my head in this, is when you arrange to go fishing with someone and they don't get up. You snooze, you lose, Mr. Connor. Snooze, you lose. So looks like I'm heading up to the Bristol Channel on my own today, on me Todd. But hopefully you can see a few fish out. But yeah, it's he's going to be gutted. I think he's probably had a couple of Guinnesses last night. And he sat there and decided to go to sleep. And yeah, unfortunately, snooze, you lose. Remember that. If you're always early, you're never late. Okay, he's just rung me back. So he's on his way. So it'll be 5 minutes. So it looks like we're heading up to the Bristol Channel. Hopefully for a good day's fishing. I mean, the tides aren't fantastic, but I'm going to fish a different part today. Just because it's smaller tides, and hopefully we can see a fish out, which would be nice. And yeah, be something to do for the day, I suppose. So hopefully he can see a few fish out. I mean, Blonde's the main target for the day for him, and it's a place where he's got a chance of getting a blonde out, which is good. It's a bit of a hike. This is a bit of a mission involved, so do check it out on the Sea Angle Adventures Facebook YouTube channel. And yeah, we'll get into the mix today. I'm actually doing a separate review today on the Vass breathable waders, so do check them out. And yeah, it's looking forward to it, to be honest. It's one of my old haunts. Spent a lot of time up there as a youngster fishing. Obviously, back then, where I originally had my first ever ray out, if I'm honest with you, small-eyed ray. And it was somewhere which saw us coming back and back and back and back every single trip. I mean, it was just one of those places where it used to produce fish. And I remember going to like New Year's Eve parties with my ex-missus's brother, and I remember sitting there and we were just about to have the first beer, and he looked at me and said, "Webby," I said, "What?" He said, "How about we make this the only beer we have for the night, and then 12 o'clock we do the little celebrations with them, put the missuses to bed, and we head up." And I was like, yeah, let's do it. So we done it, and the girls got drunk a little bit before midnight, so they were put in bed early. And as midnight struck, we were heading up to the Bristol Channel. And I remember the evening, it was pitch black. We had to wait to get around the point because it was that dark. And then we started fishing down through. We fished all the way down through till, I'm trying to think what time. It's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, low water. And fished it all the way back up and head back up in the daylight. And it was a session I'll never forget, really. It was this constant fish. Like, I think we had a ridiculous amount of rays, just ray after ray after ray after ray. And yeah, it's always a session what I recall from that area. I mean, I've had some good sessions and bad sessions there. It's not for the faint-hearted. There's a lot of walking and stuff involved, and climbing and stuff involved, but it can be. I don't think it's ever going to be what it was, because it used to have proper sandbars where you used to be able to wade through, and a lot of people used to try and cast, and the trick with it really was to cast short and get them in the gullies, because that's where the fish would still be. And then yeah, you would always see a good few fish out. I mean, my best small-eyed there is just under 11, so not massive fish. My best blonde there is 14 something, so it's exactly the same, not massive fish, but you have got chance of big blondes there. And yeah, it's just one of them. You can always get a chance of a cod. I mean, I've seen double figure cod there. I've seen big bullets there. I think I've seen a 14-pound bullets caught there before. I've saw a 20-odd pound eel caught there. Just endless, really. It's one of the main joys of the Bristol Channel. But yeah, we're going to get into the mix today and hopefully see a few fish out. Join us on the adventure, only on the Sea Angler Adventures YouTube channel. Tight lines. Well, after a late appearance, and I mean a very late appearance.
Oh, birthday drinks are allowed, aren't they?
They got to be.
We are English.
Yeah. He got up though. He was gutted before he left. Luckily we were there. But we've travelled up to the Bristol Channel today. And yeah, Frank Connor's Cherry. That's a little venue for rays. I mean, very good one for him to know. This it used to be one of my favourite, if not my favourite venue on the Bristol Channel years ago. I don't fish it very much anymore, just for the stamp of fish. I mean, you're not going to get massive specimens here. Having said that, you've got a chance of getting half decent fish. I mean, I've had small lines over 11. I've had blondes up to just under 15. I know you get, like, I know people have had 18-pounders and that. I'm sure there's been 20s caught here. But spottage aren't, you're not going to really see any size in. But we're here for the
Mr. Hooleyben's birthday blonde ray, baby.
blonde ray. So not guaranteed, but there is a lot of blondes being caught at the minute. So no size to him, but at the end of the day, Connor's just happy to get a blondie out. So yeah, hopefully we can see one out. We've got the place to ourselves, which is ideal. It's not the best tide in the world. I'd like to have seen it a little bit bigger, but due to being the Saturday, I mean, we'd have had to be here Wednesday or whatever, as the tide's dropping off now. But conditions wise, absolutely perfect, and I mean perfect. Flat calm. I always like a bit of an easterly at this venue. I find it sort of like blows it completely flat, and we'll have no wind at all, and we should be in for a good day. As you can see at the moment, we are in our walking shoes. Going to basically walk up to where we need to be, and then we'll put our proper gear on, and yeah, but it's all in the rucksack there on the back of me, and we'll get into it. So let's get on. Out of breath, Webby, welcome to the Bristol Channel. So I've come up to where we've come today for a bit of a birthday batch with Birthday Boy here.
Oi, birthday on!
So as you can see at the beginning of the production, we planned to leave at 5:30 this morning, so I got to Connor's. He had a few beers last night, and he was hoping that he was going to have an alarm clock, what wasn't there. And unfortunately...
dirty stop out, boy. She's a dirty stop out.
Unfortunately, I didn't want to ring and obviously wake everybody up in the household, but I gave him a couple of calls, and he rang me straight back and said, have you left that? I said, no, I was just about to. So we've managed to get up to where we're going. He's had a massive McDonald's. I've had some porridge.
You know what I mean? It's what it is.
Yeah.
Big boy stuff.
Yeah, smashed. How many? What did you buy?
Five double sausage and egg. A couple of hash browns. And a naughty little black coffee.
Smashed it.
Game day,
Smashed
baby.
It. I had porridge and a hot chocolate. So here we are. But no, the Bristol Channel behind us. So we're fishing a very well-known venue today, and we're gonna have a go for some rays. Okay. So it's a venue which I fished many years ago a lot. It was one of my favourite venues. I mean, I was just telling Connor a minute ago, when I first come up here, and me and my friends at the time spent a lot of time and effort trying to get fish out of here. There was a little house on the way up through which I always wanted to buy, and it was, if I ever won the lottery, I used to say back then that's where I'd have bought. You know what I mean? I had to do a lot of work to it, but I could have just literally lived here. But now I'll probably get a house in other places.
I was going to say, ain't a house anymore.
No, it needs a lot of work, but it's the fishing really. I mean, when we're coming to do today, you're always going to see fish out, but the size of fish, I mean, you do get some really good specimens here. I've known a blonde ray's over £20. My biggest blonde ray's just over 15 here. I've had £11 small eyes, spotted you're never going to get any size to. You always got a chance of maybe an upper fours or something like that, possibly a 5, but I've never seen it. But we're after the blondes now. After Christmas normally would be the time I would say you normally see the blondes around here, but there has been in the last few weeks a few caught at Grenelly and other places like that. So yeah, it's hopefully it can pay off for Connor. I mean, all he wants to do is see a blonde out. Birthday bash today, and hopefully he does. depending on the tide, it's not a massive tide today, so we're up in the upper 9s, so it's dropping back off. I'd have liked to have been up in the upper 10s, really. Not that it would make that much difference, but half a metre here does make a lot of difference.
Yeah.
And I would have gone to a mark a bit further along, possibly better for the blondes. But we're going to go to a part of the venue which I find you've got more chance of getting the blondes from. It's a little bit slightly deeper water, a bit more grungier. And yeah, hopefully we have a good day. I mean, loads of you have seen this venue in the past on some of the videos that we've done.
Morning.
Good morning, mate.
Morning.
Right? And yeah, it's main coastal path we're on at the moment. A lot of the public obviously walk their dogs and bike rides and running and stuff like that. We parked in the car park. How long have we been walking now?
5-10 minutes.
5-10 minutes, and I reckon we got about 15 minutes to get to where we need to be. And then we'll be going down, and then you'll witness some, hopefully, spectacular Bristol Channel fishing today. How are you feeling? You look a bit
I'm
rough.
not going to lie, mate. I'm like, whoosh, haven't been to wait long. Literally jumped straight in the motor. Get that coffee down me and I'll be back to normal.
What?
Do you know what I mean?
So, looking up behind you now,
It doesn't look very dark, does it?
does it?
Normally it's like chocolate.
If you look into the bay now here, because
Yeah.
because the water sort of like, you've got a lot of fresh water intakes
Oh,
where
right.
we are. So you can see where the river was a minute ago, and you can see where the water, it takes in a lot of water down here.
Yeah.
And it goes from the other side.
You
so
can
it's a
sort
lot
of see where that tide line is. It's like
yeah,
brown
sort of
out.
strings, but
brown
you can,
out,
you
and
can
then-
yeah, you can basically see where the fresh water's meeting seawater in you. And
Yeah, yeah.
obviously we've had a lot of rain in recently, which is coming down through as well. But you've got the chocolatey Bristol Channel in the background.
Yeah.
When it's like that, I've known of people getting black bream down there,
All right.
where it's clearer water, and people have had success for that over the years. I've known a couple of guys what I know of what have had them, but personally speaking, it's not somewhere I would go today. I mean, you're gonna go to the main mark, really.
Yeah.
And hopefully we have a good day and see a few fish out. So here we go.
Right then, let's get it in a bit. I just nearly fell down that hole, bro.
So we have Connor coming down over the rope. Gonna do a bit of walking today. Here we go. Okay guys, so I've got the Vass 3300 series breathable system technology waders on today. Mega studded, and the first time out being used, and I'm about to give these an overall review for the day. Do check out the fishing sort of side of it on Connor's OnlyFins channel. And yeah, to be honest, I am still doing bits and pieces like fishing stuff, but I've been doing some reviews, and I've been promised to do this review. So instead of doing it as a full fishing production today for the Sea Angle Adventures page, I might do something for Sea Angle Adventures as well. But we've got a bit of a walk ahead of us now, so I needed studs, wet rocks, standing on wet rocks. Got a lot of rock hopping for probably a little while, and Connor's just getting his waders on, and we're going to head over. But joys of these, I've always gone for the breathable from Vass. Really hard wearing. I mean, these are the Mark 3s, I believe. I had the Mark 4s. I had the Mark 1s, and then they were reinforced in the knees, and I had the Mark 2s, and I had them for years and years and years and years. I mean years, and they've only just gone, if I'm honest. And well worth the money. So I've sort of like gone and got myself these. Now these are they're green, obviously. I like it, to be fair. I was always a fan of the black, so I don't know what they're going to get on with being mucky and stuff, but they're wipeable anyway, so they're very good for that. The reinforced knees on them look really good and improved. There's actually the same on this side here as well. They've got an inside pocket up on the side, but we'll go for a bit later on. Front zip pocket, and I'm very, very comfortable. So I've got the rucksack on my back at the minute, and we're about to head off to the chosen venue. So let's get into it. You all right, guys? So we're here. This brings back so many memories. I don't do this enough anymore, and the reason being is because of the stamp of fish. I mean, you always go around chasing that monster now, and one thing I have enjoyed fishing with Connor the last few months is going back to the old school route sort of places, and places you'd see a few fish out, not necessarily massive all the time, but you know what I mean, you're going to see a few fish out. And the memories I've got here, the memories I've got from this spot. I remember being New Year's Eve back in 2007, 2008, 2009 maybe.
me and my mate waiting on this rock behind us for the tide to go round so we could get round to where we wanted to fish. And yeah, it was a hell of a session. Over 32 fish I think I had that day. Rays mostly, bass, cod, and yeah, mental, absolutely mental New Year's Eve. And to wake up on New Year's Day, we had a couple hours sleep on the thing and fish it again and stuff. And it's memories like that. I mean, memories of all of us hauling down like tents and camp gear and barbecues and like basically stashing in them waterproof bags and stuff, just so when we come down here we had stuff here, you know what I mean? And we used to spend weekends on this venue, you know what I mean, back chasing the tide backwards and forwards, bloodshed and tears. There was a lot of arguments, there was a lot of fishing, there was a lot of laughter. It was like so many memories, really. I mean, I can picture us all now. The first time I ever come here, I was in a wetsuit. I never had waders, and it was what we used to do back then, I suppose. But the weather forecast isn't what it said it was going to be. It was supposed to be bang easterly at the minute, and it's not. It's more northeasterly, going northerly, I feel. But we'll see how it goes. The tide's still quite strong. There's a couple marks we could have fished today. I could have gone left. I could have gone where I am, which I'm known as the point. There's a high ledge area, and in between, like the bay, the high ledge area, and then I class it as end point. And I just had a bite on that rod. Got a bite then, guys. Yeah. Will we get a fish out on camera? So I've got rocks like you've got in front of me now for about 60 yards. So whatever I get on now, I've got to get straight up. I'm not using a pulley rig, I'm using a running up and over rig. And I find long flowing traces work really well here. I mean, I'll tell you a little funny story. So we had a little competition here one day, and we had a guy which we haven't been fishing long, but you know what I mean, we had a guy what turned up, and we met through, I'm trying to think how we met him, and anyway, he turned up. He'd done a little bit of like looking online and stuff, and made up this up and over rig which was about 12 foot long. And I'll tell you what, I've never seen so many rays pulled out with such a long trace. And because you're fishing in the surf later on, sand eels and like bits of food and stuff, like that's what they're going to be doing. It's going to be tumbling around and stuff, isn't it? And the rays are used to attacking it like that. And I've had some of the best sessions I've had since using long flowing traces. Not necessarily now. I like to try and keep it to the bottom a little bit because you've still got a bit of depth of water. But as you go down to low water, long flowing trace all day long when you're fishing in the surf, I'm not expecting much on the down, go fishing down to low water. You've always got a chance of a ray or fish out, whatever, you know what I mean? But 9 times out of 10, as that tide turns, we should see the fish out or two. I'm not going to say massive fish today. You always got a chance of it. But more than anything, we'll hopefully see a few fish out. It'd be nice to see Connor get that elusive blonde. Well, that was definitely a fight. Bit rattly though, wasn't it?
Dreaded conger.
The studs on these waders have been fantastic so far. I always like the mega studs. I know people tend to put their own studs in boots and stuff. Every time I've bought mega studs for my waders, they've always worked. Could have been a bass. Could have been a bass. That ledge pulled right around that straight now. So because you're fishing at distance here as well now, so I'll let it out around. My lead has gone right to left, but where it goes to the left of me now, it drops off slightly. A lot of local anglers will know this, and you've got a good depth of water in front of you, so 9 times out of 10 people walk right past this venue, and I've seen some really nice blonde ray come out of where we are. It's the depth of water, you get them all the way along this stretch, and a lot of, me personally today, like I said to Connor, we got a choice. We could have walked further on and probably been in with a better chance. I've always normally seen a better number of fish up there, but it's somewhere new for him. He's getting to know the venue and stuff. No doubt we'll be up again. Got to watch it now because I've got like a pool that turns up as well. So the rocks come out like that, and then it fills up with water in close. So whatever I've got to get up onto the surface. Nothing there in a minute. Nothing there. So what I've suggested we do for the moment. Normally I'd bring 2 tripods up where I am. Especially fishing this type of venue, because you've got a chance of moving the tripod forward and then bringing that rod forward, and you know what I mean. And as you fish, especially when you're fishing back, it's quite easy to just put up the ratchet. But that way you can manage to have a tripod, bringing the rod forward onto that one, bring the other ones, and it saves mucking around and that. It makes fishing a lot easier. But forgot to do it today, didn't I? Anyway, I'm going to get into it now. I'm going to basically get this other rod set up, and hopefully we can see a few fish out today. So, rigs. I'm not playing around. I'm just going to go all out. So, what I'm going to do is get the other up and running up and over on. Okay, I like a little bit longer trace than that now, so I'm going to change the hooks on this. Okay, have you got any £100 trace line?
I've got some leader, you need it.
Don't know if I can change that then, because I've got £100 on that. I'm going to have to keep that as it is. I have to keep it as it is. I don't like doing that really. Used it at the other mark, and I don't know. I'm going to have to. I wasn't very organised. Right, let's get it out. A bit of sardine, a bit of token squid. Let's get one out here. Lovely, lovely. Whoops. Probably just going to fish squid on that one. Got a bit of sardine there, but I'm feeling squid. So what I'm going to do, let's go down through the top of the squid like so, just to get the hook point right down, right? And then basically I'm going to bring that down there like that. And I'll bring that right down through. I'm going to go in and out of the squid like so. I'm going to bring it right down through and come out through the eyeball like that. I'm going to pull that tight then, okay? So I've got that basically sat there like that. Not trying to teach anyone how to suck eggs. At the end of the day, there's a lot of people who watch the videos and some people don't know how to bait up. I'll try to keep it short and sweet as I can, so you're not boring people at the same time. There's lots of videos of me doing this type of stuff, guys, on the internet, and probably in the last 10 years especially now, there's like half of England are on there doing it. So I'm not teaching you anything you haven't seen already, you know what I mean? So just basically going to bait up as I would normally bait up. Then what I'm going to do now is bring that pennel top hook down like so. Secure this in the top of the bait now, so I'm going to wrap him around 1, 2, 3. And what I'm going to do is bring him down through there like that, and then basically bring him down tight. Got that there like that now. Okay, that's the squid. Always a chance for cod, you never know. Okay, so bait's in there, squid's on. Get this wrapped up onto the rod quickly. We'll get him blasted out to the horizon. Hopefully we can see a fish out. You alright guys, welcome. So first fish out for the day and welcome back to the Bristol Channel. So we've got the smallest dogfish you're ever going to probably possibly see. Gonna have to try and get this one out. He's took it quite back. There you go. I've got it. So if I can got to try and keep, there you go, look after the little boys. I know they're not the rats of the sea, but they are little cute things, aren't they? It's just a shame they don't get to like £20. I mean, we don't ever quiver with a £15 bullus, and I would never quiver with a £15 dogfish, but unfortunately we're getting back now. But yeah, one of the pests of the Bristol Channel. Getting back, fighting every day quickly, and we'll get another bait out.
Vass, right people, welcome back. We have made it down. We're down on the rocks, the slippery rocks of Selworthy. My first time here. It's a mega place to be fair. Got a load of goats and that walking on the cliff. Goats, sheep, I don't know where it's called. And just down a dog fish.
Got to try and walk down as far as you can and get him back in. I've got this one baited up with squid bait now. I'm going to get him casted out. So guys, I'm having to fish with one rod today, which is an absolute nightmare. Better one rod than three though, eh? So yeah, 525 handle. Luckily I bought them off a guy I know. So when I bought them, he put the power handles on them. But on one of the 525s now, I just brought a dogfish in, and the handle started becoming loose. So I don't know what he's done. I don't know if he's not tightened it up enough. I'm not playing around with it. I've just tried to, I just unscrewed it. The screw wasn't tight with the hand, so I'm not sure if he didn't tighten the screw up, but it's come loose. But I had a little play trying to tighten up with the pliers, but I ain't got the tools for the job here at the minute. So I'm just going to leave it and drop it back to him and get him to sort it. But yeah, nightmare really, down to one rod. But it is what it is. Sure we'll see a fish out with it, but yeah, sprung a squid bait in now. It's gutted really, hasn't been out very long, but it's pointless getting the fish on it because I can't reel it in, which is an absolute nightmare. Bring back the fathoms, So, getting a bit chilly. Put the old Ziplex only on. You know what, these are lovely and warm, God. Yeah, exactly same as the Century hoodies. I do like the black. Gotta be honest, I do like the black. But that's what you want for the winter months. I've also bought a couple of little thermal flasks. I'll do a little review on them because my plan of attack is to put rice in one and put like a chili con carne or whatever in the other. But yeah, that's the plan of attack anyway. But lots of tide coming through, sand starting to show. So we've got a little bit of gully in front of us here in a minute. Just want to get some fresh baits on and yeah, try and bring one out really. Be nice, wouldn't it? But a bit slow at the minute. It's not a massive tide. It's not the tides I would really like to, but it's Connor's birthday. He wanted to do something different, and I mean it's a nice low water area. So it's only half an hour back to the car and that as well. It's not a million miles. I mean, it's not like some of the venues we go to. I mean, this is quite easy to what we do down our way, really. But let's hopefully see Connor out a couple of fish. Nothing's guaranteed here. Been up here many times and blanked. I mean, personally, I'd probably prefer to drop the end point today. But he was a bit hungover and stuff like that. I could see it in him. Normally he's in front of me and he was slugging behind. Lovely day for it. Okay guys, so as we wait for a bite, Webby one rod today, unfortunately. Over there with Connor 2 rods. Anyway, yeah, gutted a bit really because it's nice to fish 2 rods, isn't it, at the end of the day, and it's part and parcel of it, I think, because 1 rod is not enough. And with my reel broken, I'm gutted a little bit really because I didn't bring a spare reel. I thought, you know what I mean, I put it in the last minute. We were going to go somewhere else with £25 main line, and because we did it and we ended up doing this. Connor's going out to his birthday tonight, and we had to get up at 12 o'clock at night to do the other things. We thought, nah, I'm not doing it. So we decided to come up here over low water, put the waders on, a little bit something different for the day, you know what I mean, and yeah, hopefully get a few hours out of it. But yeah, it's the way of the world, I suppose. But yeah, bait up, ready to rock and roll. One dogfish out for the minute, and yeah, but new club coming. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it, to be honest. I've been in a lot of the different clubs. I had a comment come through from a certain individual, and he's going to watch this because he watches all the stuff. Okay, and I know he watches all the stuff, but he referred to a comment to someone regarding me bad mouthing a club. Now I don't bad mouth clubs. If at the end of the day, I haven't bad mouthed no club. At the end of the day, there's always going to be. I think because people see the respect I had for Rob Bender's SAC when I was in it, and the fact of weights and stuff, and it's nothing against any other clubs by me saying that. At the end of the day, everybody's going to have different ways of doing things. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's lots of clubs out there, and lots of clubs to behave in different ways. For me personally, but one thing I did always admire about Rob Enders was the weights and stuff, and the fact that it wasn't just a fishing club; it was specifically targeted for specimen anglers. And I think that's something which I take interest in. It's it's at the end of the day, it'll be a plus thing for specimen anglers, but for anglers that aren't into like specimen fishing and just regular like anglers who want to go out there and catch a few fish and stuff, the specimen might not be into specimen weight. So in that theory, it doesn't make no difference of the weights. But yeah, certain individual, I don't know, obviously keeps bringing my name into things, and I just wanted to put the point of that out there. I mean, a lot of the individuals, what clubs have I been in? I mean, Sea Angle Adventures SAC we done the other year. We're just starting top rods now. We obviously Sea Angle Adventures SAC was always timed Sea Angle Adventures, and Sea Angle Adventures is more of a YouTube production sort of firm really, where this is it's about fishing. So we decided to come up with a name, so we've come up with top rods. We had a lot of fun with it last time, so I've done single best specimen of the year, specimen hunter, which is best of 5 species, and then I've also done fish of the month for every single month, and we also do 4 different seasonal festivals, which went down really well before. So we do a winter festival, which is December, January, February. Then March, April, May is the spring festival. June, July, August, summer. September, October, November into autumn festival. And it's the best of 3 species. And it's something which always goes down really well. But no, there's I think there's in fishing, for some reason, there's a lot of politics, and especially the stuff that I do. I think I don't know, for some reason when you do like this sort of thing, I think you're always going to create people, get people that like what you're doing, and others what don't. But it amazes me why people don't like it but still watch it. And if you're watching it now, it's a bit hypocritical, really, because you're yeah, it's just. Guys, I've got to be honest, and I will be honest. In the last 12 months, I enjoy doing the hints and tips, and I enjoy doing the sea fishing show, if I'm honest, more than I do the fishing adventures, like with Sea Angle Adventures. And I think it's the reason being is the audience I'm connecting to, because a lot of the audience I'm connecting to is about fishing, is about learning and stuff, and I really don't get, and the only way to describe it is a-holes on that channel. They just don't come on there. I mean, and it's good in a way, you know what I mean? But the trouble is, people talk, don't they? And people like to talk, and unfortunately, word always gets around and stuff. And I think at the moment I've got more things on my plate to worry about what people have said and stuff like that. But I just wanted to put it out there that to be honest, I've been in my first original club I ever started was Southwest 360, and with a bunch of friends and stuff like that. Then I've joined. It wasn't kicking off like we wanted it to kick off, and I joined 24/7 and met Nick and stuff like that. And 24/7 it was an angling club at the end of the day. It wasn't about specimen fishing and stuff like that, and I enjoyed my time there. And then I went from there, and I took a big break from club fishing for ages. I mean, it was quite a while really. And we went on to I was looking, a few friends of mine at the time were saying, you need to join a club, all the fish you're getting and stuff, you need to weigh it in and stuff. And I wasn't really bothered about that, because I wasn't, back then it was a lot of smoke soaking fish and stuff going on, and I've always been against that, if I'm honest. But I know it's, at the end of the day, in the 70s and 80s and 90s, now they never had the ways of like certified scales and the digital technology like they've got now. So I do get it, you know what I mean? I do get it. And obviously, when I first looked into joining the club, my personal thing was, who do I want to join? And me, when I was looking, it was about quality. If I'm honest, if I was going to go club fishing, I wanted to be out like fishing against the best, and the quality of angling. You know what I mean? And personally, at the time, with some of the anglers, not all the anglers, but some of the anglers who were in that club, that I felt that was the right club for me, and because I'm never going to be the best in the world, and I know that, and it's part and parcel of it. There's always going to be better anglers out there than you, but me personally, I would rather fish and lose against quality anglers than fish and make it easy. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, no one wants it easy. You want to have a run for your money with it. You know what I mean? And I had a very lucky first year. The second year, I sort of like put a lot of hard dedication in to try and get specimen of the year, and managed to do it. But I wouldn't do that every year in that club, because there's so many good quality anglers in that club. You know what I mean? At the time, I think obviously it's club fishing at the moment is past. It's got calmed down a little bit. But I joined Teignmouth after that, and to be honest, Teignmouth I thought it was a fantastic club. My sort of like looking back now, like first thoughts of Teignmouth years ago was a very tight individual club, and it was really good. I mean, they had some really quality anglers in there at the time. Bobby Drew and Joe Drew, the brothers. They had like Ross Stewart at the time in there. Ross Stewart's brother used to do a lot of fishing back then before you run the pub. You had like Ashley Cockram, and it was like a really small like group of anglers. I don't think the club was that big at the time, and to be honest, in my opinion, probably one of the better clubs out there. And I always find that keeping clubs small keeps it better within that. You know what I mean? And you see like Joe Drew and Bobby Drew, the brothers, the fish those boys have had out over the years, I've got a lot of respect for both lads. You know what I mean? And I like both lads. I'd like to say that as well. You know what I mean? And they're very good anglers. They've caught some fantastic fish. They've put a lot of time and effort into it, and it was very good. When I joined, they sort of opened it up, and it turned into like all the Welsh lads and everybody else, and it was a good thing at the time. And I think sometimes by having things very small, it's hard. It's better to have more competition in a way, isn't it? But by doing that, I feel it's turned from like a compact, really tight, unique club into like people all over the place and stuff, which isn't a bad thing in a way. But personally, I didn't find it as hard in that club than I did in rod benders. I think obviously rod benders, there was a lot of quality anglers where you were fishing against one or two different like specimen anglers, and obviously difference and stuff. And I think, for some reason, some certain individuals seems to bring up the fact that I've got some kind of vendetta against the club, and I haven't got no vendetta at the club. I tried joining the club last year. I like Bobby and like Joe Drew, both nice lads, and unfortunately I was turned away. And the reason I've been told the reason I was turned away now, and the reason I was turned away now, a friend of mine pointed out, because I couldn't understand it at the time, because when I originally joined the club, they never had no competitions and stuff like that going, and they asked me whether I could set up the competitions and stuff like that. So I set up all the pages. So I set up the Facebook page with the National Flounder Championships. I set up the group members page with all the events, competitions, and put all the events and comps into place. Spent a lot of our work and time on it, you know what I mean? And to be honest, I've done it, if I was honest, for Bobby. And yeah, because obviously nice lads, and you know what I mean, and sometimes people need helping out, you know what I mean, they can't do it all on their own. But I wasn't aware when I went to join back at the time. I thought it was a bit weird, well, because I was only away for like for a season. We started Sea Angling Adventures SAC, and then lockdown hit, and you know what I mean, I went to go back after that, and I was denied entry, and I thought it was a bit strange, really. But I was been told now there was a certain individual that was in the club that wasn't in the club at the time, was now in the club. It got a lot of say over the club, and for some reason or not, I personally think exactly the same as the guy who said it to me, is competition. Because at the end of the day, some people don't like competition, and yeah, it's obviously me being in clubs is going to give people competition at the same time. Not specifically all the time, you know what I mean, because I don't go out fishing like I used to go out. But at the same time, it's like that. But I also tried, because of that. Then I thought, right. Who do I want to go and play? If I could go to a club now, what club would I join if I wasn't doing this top rod, right? Brixham. I'd love to be a member of Brixham. And if I'm honest, I'd love to be a member of Brixham, because I'd like to I like to give them a run for the money in that club. There's certain individuals in there which I would love to beat, and I would make sure if I was in that club that I would absolutely hammer it that year, and just to prove a point. And there was one individual. I don't think many people had a choice in the matter, because there's one individual in question totally what wasn't allowing me into that club. And I found it quite funny, if I'm honest. It brought a smile to my face. Adam left shortly after that. And you know what I mean, I've got a lot of respect for the club. I mean, they've got some really good members, really nice club. I'll tell you, I went over there to meet him once for the Angling Trust, and I thought it was a really good layout and stuff, and in the history behind it and stuff like that as well. It's a very good club, and it's a club which I would recommend joining, if I'm honest. You know what I mean? It's one of those ones out there that I would recommend joining, but it's but I was denied entry. People don't like competition sometimes, do they? That's the way I look at it. And not everybody. And to be honest, after I was denied entry, I had a word with Bobby, because I think we sort of like, because we've not seen each other for a little while, people seem to sometimes fall out for silly things and not realise, not necessarily one thing or another, but people think, oh, you said that or this. There's a lot of hearsay what goes on, especially with what I do. And we had a conversation on the phone and sort it out, and I think he realised at the end of the day, and I did especially, that people were saying stuff that wasn't even in the case. I mean, I'm a very fully grown man, you know what I mean, and if I've got something to say, I'll say it to someone, and if not, they're going to hear it from my mouth on here, because I'm quite controversial with what I say and what I do. Okay, so guys, look, at the end of the day, there's lots of decent clubs out there. I joined last year Plymouth Sound, Matt Perry's and Dean Bailey's club in Plymouth, and it's another. And at the end of the day, you're always gonna go in and, like, I thought, to be fair, I thought with the guys that was what was involved in it, it would be ideal. You know what I mean? And to be honest, me and Gav both joined, and then after the first meeting, I sort of like realised it wasn't going to be for me. But it's another club which I would definitely advise people to look into. I mean, if you're in the Plymouth area and you're looking to just join a club, definitely, obviously Plymouth Sound SAC. I mean, Rob Benders is still going, for what I've been told. I spoke to Mark Bryce the other day about it, and Steve Arnold when I was over doing the interview with him. And yeah, it's another one which is still up and running at the moment. You've got Castaways down in Plymouth. I know a lot of guys what have joined Castaways. I've never been a member of Castaways myself, but there is a lot of guys that I know in our class as friends which have said to me over the years it's a fantastic club to join, really easy to get on with, not very cliquey. I mean, people have a laugh and a joke and stuff. It's not a club that I would join just for my own sort of reasons and individuals in that club. But it is a club which I would say, like, a lot of people I would recommend if you're in the Plymouth area and you're looking to join a club as another club. Roving Rods, I'm not sure if it's going anymore, but it's, there again, I think I've never known a member of Roving Rods, I don't think. I've heard it over the years. I'm not sure if that's still going or not, but a lot of like decent anglers are in that club as well. You got Pot Black. I think Lee Treby was a member of that. Al Hobbs, I believe. You know what I mean? It's never really good. I think that's from what I gather, I've never been a member of that club, but I think that's a very family orientated club. And they have loads of different competitions, and it's a very welcome in club, and it's got some good anglers in there as well. You know what I mean? So there's angling clubs all over. You got like North Devon, you've got Kew Martin. I mean, Kew Martin really, they had, I don't know who's a member of that anymore, but back in the day, it was a very established, well-known club just by the anglers what was in it. I mean, you had Kev Legg and that in there at the time, and they used to pull some really spectacular fish out. So. Guys, and I would just like to say, at the end of the day, unless you hear something from me, I haven't said it. You know what I mean? Because people seem to like to, I don't know what it is really, but sausages is the way to describe it. I think it's the only way to describe it. People seem to like to talk and come up with their own ideas and stuff. But there is lots of stuff what happens in the sport. Some things we've gone over in the past. Some things I agree with. Some things I don't agree with. But at the end of the day, guys, it's all politics. And I think one thing I've had enough of is politics. I mean, I just enjoy doing what I'm doing here now. Rods in the water, fishing, talking nonsense to the camera, and hopefully pulling a few fish out. But I'm going to bring this one in now and have a bait change, and let's see if we can get a big small rod raider day.